welcome you all for my video. Today I am going to continue with the data mining task. In the previous video I started with the data mining task and I also explained you what is classification and the regression. We had two categories. We said one is prediction modeling and the other is nothing but the continuous modeling, in which we'll be having continuous values. Now we'll see the other classification, that is cluster analysis, clustering. Yes, if you see this clustering, it is just grouping of objects such that the objects in the group will be similar to one another and different from the objects in other groups. Yes, see, if I have a few data which has the features like blue eye, which has the feature like blue eye, long hair and rosy lips, then where I'll put this classification under female. If I have the words like handsome, good mustache and black bird, then I'll put this sort of data under male. This is nothing but whichever is similar to the properties of the male, I'll be putting the data into male category, male cluster. Whichever the features which are similar to the female category, I'll put those data into the female clustering. So this is nothing but clustering. Finding group of objects. So we have to find the objects which is similar to that particular group or particular cluster, and which is not similar to that cluster, it should be put in the different cluster which has its own properties, which satisfies, which is similar to that different cluster. Yes. So there are two types here, intra-cluster distance as well as the inter-cluster distances. So what is intra-cluster? We'll be having the data within the cluster. So if the data is not, if the data is so far from the properties, then the distance will be high. If the data are more closer to the properties which is defined for particular cluster, then the distance between the objects within the cluster is minimized. That is intra, within the cluster. Within a cluster, if there is, as the similarities are higher, the minimum will be the distance. As the similarities are less, the distance will be high in case of intra-clustering. If you take intercluster, intercluster is nothing but the distance between two different clusters. Sometimes the data of one cluster may also be similar with the data of the other cluster. So what we will do, that time we will say that the intercluster distance is high. So intercluster is nothing but the distance between two different clusters. Okay, so when the data is of more similar to the remaining cluster, the another cluster, then we will say that the distance between the cluster is, between the two clusters are less. If the distance between the two clusters are more, then they are not that much similar. The properties of the two clusters are not that much similar. This is about clustering. Clustering is nothing but you just take the objects, you check whether the properties of the particular cluster matches with that object. If yes, put it in that particular cluster. If not, check for the other cluster which is similar to the properties of this and move it to that particular cluster. That's it. Yes, the applications of cluster analysis is understanding, that is custom profiling for targeted marketing. So whoever is interested in particular data, they will be moved to that items of interest. See, if a male is interested in a phone, then he will be put in his profile will be in the area of the interest of phones. So he is categorized like, he is clustered like that. That is what custom profiling for targeted marketing. Group related documents for browsing. Yes, if I am always searching for economic matters or some financial matters, then I will be categorized in that cluster. Then group genes and proteins that they have similar functionality. Yes, group stocks with similar price fluctuations. Then summarization. Yes, summarization is nothing but I'm going to take a large set of data. Out of that, I'm going to come out with the single value or a minimal value. See, I'm taking like thousands of rows for a particular data, and I'm going to come out with the 2 or 3 valued result or 2 or 3 rows data. Then that is nothing but summarization. What I'm doing, I'll be doing total of all the values, total sale, and I'll be giving it in 2 or 3 rows data. That is nothing but summarizing. I'm summarizing the profit. So I'm summarizing the total sales. So if I'm reducing the large set of data into a smaller value, then it is called summarization. Yes, these are the cluster applications, as I said, document clustering, market segmentation, and frequent items applications, as we said earlier. These are all the applications of clustering. The next type of classification is nothing but association rule discovery. The next type of task is nothing but association rule discovery. Yes, already we have seen this example, but once again I'll explain what is association rule discovery. First, I have to take a given set of records, each of which contains some number of items from a given collection. So this is my data which I have taken from the supermarket. So if you see this data, transaction ID 1, the customer 1 is getting bread, coke, milk, and this is the buying data of the customers in a particular supermarket. So the second customer, he is getting beer, bread, and the third customer, beer, coke, diaper, milk, fourth beer, bread, diaper, milk, and fifth customer, coke, diaper, and milk. So with this, what we can understand, so whoever is buying, see here, whoever is buying diaper is also buying milk. Whoever is getting diaper is also buying milk. See, yes, whoever is fifth row, diaper and milk. So what is the association rule that we can predict from this data, this collection of data? So diaper, whoever is getting diaper is also getting milk. And what are the other observations? Coke, milk together it is there. Again here coke and milk. Here only milk, here coke and milk. So out of 5, 3 rows have coke and milk. So what is the next rule that we can predict with this? It is nothing but whoever buys milk, they are getting coke also. Yes, next prediction. See, diaper, milk, beer is there. Again diaper, milk, beer is there. Okay, so what we can say, and here milk and bread only, it's not beer. So whoever the father or the person who is coming to get the diaper and milk for his child also gets beer for him. So what we can, the third rule which we can, association rule which we can predict from this data, set of data, is nothing but whoever is getting diaper and milk, he is also getting beer. So this is the third rule which is discovered. So what is the use of discovering these rules? See, if I have some new set of data, with that I can predict that, say if the third person, whoever is coming, he will get, if he gets diaper and milk, there is more chances of getting beer also. So what I will do as a supermarket owner, I will keep in the rack of diaper and milk, I will also place beer, so that no need to search for the beer by the customer. Wherever I am keeping milk, in the same rack I have to place the coke also. So this is the customer, it is a business tactics. Okay, you can provide some customer satisfaction by not irritating them to search for coke after getting the milk. So this is nothing but association rule discovery. So where it is used, as I said, in market basket analysis. See here, that's what I said. You have to see, keep in the same rack. Telecommunication alarm diagnosis. Rules are used to find combination of alarms that occur together frequently in the same time period. Yes. And medical informatics. So these are the applications where association rules are used. The fourth task under this data mining is, the first task we said predictive modeling, and second one is clustering, and third one is association rules, and fourth one is deviation, anomaly or change detection. So if at all we are finding any abnormal behavior, any deviations from the normal behavior, then we will call it as anomaly or change detection. For example, during night 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, if somebody is trying to break the gate, then that is anomalous behavior. That is not common behavior. So what we have to do, we have to suspect that and we have to take some action. Then if at all see, sensors are capturing the images in different planets. If it finds some objects falling from that planet, then that is anomalous behavior. That is change detection. The sensor is detecting some change. And if any person who is using credit card is doing some abnormal purchases, usually his transaction will be in thousands. But if any transaction is found per day itself like more than 50,000, then it is abnormal behavior for that credit card account. So this is how they can find out that some fraudulent, somebody have captured the, or some unauthorized person has got the credit card information of some authorized person. So this is how we can detect the anomaly, deviations or changes, and we can take some action out of it. Yes, with this the task in the data mining is over. Hope you have understood. If you have any queries, please put it. Thank you.